founder, CEO of Boston Got Soul. I got my Yeezys, the first Yeezys at the last one I went to. The kid was excited. He was like, yo, I'll give you, if you take off those Balenciagas, I'll give you these Yeezys right here, the first ones. And I'm like, are you smoking crack? And he was smoking crack, and he did it. And I was proud. I was happy he did it because those joints are crazy. And the funny thing is, every time I go to one of your conventions, it's like I know what I want, but I don't realize. I actually end up with everything I want. I went there one time, and I was like, I need the white cement 4s. I said I need black cement 3s. And it was something else, and I ended up with it. And I made more money, so I love what you've created, but welcome to the Hello New World podcast, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys having me, for real.
If you're from Boston, man, you're a sneakerhead. You either heard of or been to Boston Got Soul, and if you love that culture, then either you need to attend or you have attend. So, we just wrapped up Hefe Replay. Shouts out to him.
Yes,
He's
sir.
another attender
Yes, sir.
of the Boston Got Soul.
Attender, host, family, all that.
Exactly. That's why I'm wearing the same drip, in case y'all wondering. I'm back to back like Drake on y'all. But anyway, so we always start with, how happy are you? How happy are you in life from 0 to 10?
Right now, I don't think you can be 10. Like, I really just don't think so, because there's always room for improvement in anything.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm real happy. I'd say like an 8.
Word.
7.5, 8. I don't like giving things 9s, 10s, because I think that's dramatic, so 7.5, 8.
I hover between a 7 and a 9. So what I think what happens with 10 is you have moments of 10.
Yeah, I for real, I agree with that.
When Forrest Gump finally started catching shrimp in the movie,
That was a 10.
Yeah, because he was catching snails,
Yeah.
and when he finally, yeah. So I think it has to be when you, when you're at your events and the numbers are crazy. It has to be. Maybe some stress with it, but I mean, you look around and it's
like that's definitely the moment of like, it all coming full circle.
Yeah.
It's more like, honestly, it's more like impact things. Like, it's funny, Hefe sitting right here, but I remember he came in here, he was at our event November 2016, so that's like almost 2 years ago. He hosted our event, right? And that was dope. It was like, I think it was 800 people, something like that.
Sheesh.
And he comes in a little over a year later, or it might not even have been a year. Yeah, a year and a half later, and it's more than double the size. And he comes up to me and he's like, bro, like, this really blew up. Like, I'm so proud of you guys. You know what I mean? And moments like that. And I remember you came up to me that same show, like, I'm proud of you like you're my little brother. Like, seeing my dad, like, tell me he's proud of me. Seeing my boys, come up to me and be like, that was the best ever. Seeing all these people that have been there and seen it, see it grow is like much more beautiful than any of it.
Well, you had 16,000 friends there.
That's true.
What I mean by that is, Lil Uzi Vert said, push me to the edge, all my friends are dead, 800 times 20 is 16,000. That's a lot of money. You're real humble about it.
I don't think of it that way.
Yeah, you can be humble about it, but the city team was here. He said, we did a basketball tournament. Actually, no, it was Joe from Laced, and he said we did a basketball tournament, a charity, and it got, I forgot I had Tinder. I just matched with a girl on Tinder, but I'm not gonna look. Shouts out to Tinder. He said we did a basketball tournament and we raised $500 and something thousand. Yeah, see your face?
For real.
So, $500,000. So what I'm saying is, I get the humble approach, but dude, I mean, anytime you can create something that generates dollars, because what money is, money's freedom. It generates money for like the economy. You know what I'm saying? It gets people, and if people are spending, then someone's making. If someone's making, then someone can spend. So it goes full circle. So I get the humble approach, but god damn it, how old are you?
19. Just turned 19.
How long is the event?
How long have we been doing it?
How long does Boston Got? So is it a 3-hour event?
Oh, so it was 5. We just changed it to 6 last event. So 6.
So the event where there was 800 people there, how many hours?
5.
So within 5 hours, you generate 16,000. I mean, at how old are you?
I'm 19. Yeah.
I don't think I would know how to make $5,000 in the next hours right away, just like that. So you don't pat yourself on the back. Let me do it.
Appreciate it.
That's lit. That's iconic. You know what I mean? So that's dope, man. Hats off to you. So that's when you're at your moment of 10 and moments like that, when things happen like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. Originally, where you from? Obviously.
So, born in Boston.
Okay.
I grew up for a few years in Everett
Mhm.
until I was like 4, but I grew up for the most part in Weymouth, so South
Weymouth.
Shore.
Weymouth Landing. That's all. I
Yeah,
know.
that's not me.
That's all
I'm
I
on the
know.
other side, but yeah.
Y'all got smoke, Weymouth Landing on your side? Is this-
Nah, it's
The
just
Weymouth
it's a
Landing?
completely different world.
Okay. So it's not Weymouth Landing boys versus.
Nah, it's just different. It's just different. Like it's just different.
How was life growing up in Weymouth for you? Was it?
It was cool. I mean, like, you know, I'm best friends with my brother since I was a little kid, since I was
Mhm.
born. So, you know, it was kind of just us going through sports, us going through. I never was really into school like that, so just through sports, through
Mhm.
having a lot of friends, girls, all that. You know, just regular kid stuff. And
Yeah, all
it
the
kinda-
girls.
It all changed. No comment on that. I'm in a long relationship right now, so.
Okay, keep it cool.
But anyways, it all changed like in middle school type area when I had like a house fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost my house in a fire actually.
Yeah.
I lost like everything, so it kind of changed a lot from there. But like Weymouth's cool. Like I'm happy I grew up, you know, in the Boston South area. You know,
The house fire. Did you bounce back, or was it like, oh my god,
that
life's
was
over?
the best moment of my life. Yeah. It's funny because you could easily say it was the worst moment of my life.
Mm.
Like I was 12 years old, and I literally lost everything I ever had. Like I joke around about it, but like I don't even have baby pictures. Like
Jeez.
for real. So
Stuff you can't buy again.
yeah, no, I don't have a lot of that stuff. You know, like
Uh.
we were able to get 10% of the stuff that we had left in the house. You know, so I lost everything. Stuff you can't buy, stuff you can buy, and it's funny. Like I'm a big fan that whenever you have a tragedy, whether that's, you know, someone dying, maybe like you get divorced, like in
Mhm.
my case, my house burning down, whatever, you look for an escape. My escape was sneakers,
Mm.
right? I wanted, you know, every Air Jordan Retro there was. I wanted every LeBron there was, right? But I didn't have 2 pennies to rub together, you know, like I barely even had a place to stay at my uncle's for the first week or so, right? So
Mhm.
I had to figure out how to make money. I would sell candy in school. Friend Cole's here, he knows, he remembers. I'd sell Smarties.
Which candy was he selling? Because there's candy.
Nah,
And then there's candy.
candy like
No,
candy.
he was selling actual candy.
Actual candy. Yeah.
Actual candy?
Like Smarties, like
Uh-huh.
Yeah, these things called bonbons. Yeah.
Were they laced?
No. Just straight from CVS to my locker to.
Were
the
you selling the
consumer.
candy cigarettes? Because that's a little...
No, they were smoking the Smarties though. This was back when like
Oh.
everyone in middle school used to smoke Smarties.
So low-key, kind of a little drug that
Nah.
Birds in the Trap sing Brian McKnight.
Nah, that's not
Okay.
me. But yeah,
So you bounce back through
I mean,
entrepreneurship.
yeah, I mean, like, I was trying to make any way to be able to buy myself some pairs of sneakers. You know, I wanted every shoe. So I started with that. Then I started cleaning sneakers with my buddy Nick. We had like
We was
our
going to get to
first
that.
business.
J&L?
J&N Restoration.
J&N.
Yeah,
Restoration.
Jonathan and Nick. That was my first business ever.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it was kind of just sneakers and entrepreneurship that just kind of got me away from everything, you know?
Got you. So growing up, was your parents into owning a business or anything like that? Were they entrepreneurs, or you that just...
Nah, like, my dad had his own construction thing for, like, maybe a year when I
Okay.
was in diapers.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You know,
Not
so
that
it was,
you
it was
remember.
literally just a little side hustle thing.
Okay.
Like, but he wouldn't consider himself an entrepreneur. I wouldn't, you know, as much either. So, like, my mom was a bartender. So, like, not really. You know, it was kind of just... My grandfather was an entrepreneur, but I never met him. Or my great-grandfather, perhaps. I never met him, but... So I guess...
Might be
something
in your
the blood.
DNA.
Yeah, but
Huh.
nothing that I grew up around, you know?
Yeah, facts. Okay, so you go to Babson, correct?
Yeah.
What's your major?
Entrepreneurship.
So has it been good for you so far? You like it?
Yeah, I mean, like... I don't think it's what you learn in school. I think it's what you learn at school. So,
Okay.
like...
Experiences.
Yeah, experiences, people, like... It's crazy the people I've met and the things I've learned, like, that you don't learn in finance, you know?
Being Jonathan of Boston Got Soul, does it get kind of
What do you mean?
awkward? Does it get kind of? Do you get perks?
Yeah, it's weird. Like
It's-
walking into certain places is weird
Yeah.
because, like, for example, I was at like a concert, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this kid messaged me after, like, "Hey, I saw you at the show." And first of all, I'm like, "Why didn't you just come up and say what's up?"
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm a regular guy. Like, you saw me at the show, come up and just say what's up. But also, like, I'll go with my girl to places, I'll go with my friends to places, and it's
Mhm.
like, especially in big crowds, I could see people looking at me that, like, I know they know me and, like, I want them to say what's up, whatever.
Mm.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, when you know people know you and you don't
Yeah.
know them,
Everyone
It's
knows
weird.
you. You don't know them.
it's weird.
You might not want to hear it, but it's like becoming a celebrity.
Yeah.
You
like,
don't want to think
I
of
don't
it
like
that
that
way.
term.
Yeah.
But
but yeah.
yeah, it's weird. Like, people, I'll be with my friends, be like, "Yo, Boston got soul. Like, what's up?" I go to all the events, and that's so cool for me. My friends look at me, they'll be like, "Damn, like,
The
that
motto,
was crazy."
the motto for Hello New World is anyone could change the world, and you're doing that.
Trying. To.
Every act, be it good or bad, Adolf Hitler, evil genius. He could have used that genius to do something great, but instead he used it to manipulate people to kill a group. So all acts change the world, and obviously you're changing lives because you're giving people experience. One product they can wear, that you're making it accessible, and there's not a lot of that in Boston. A lot of conventions like that. So on a Saturday when people don't have nothing to do, they'll remember I did this here. I met this girl. Some people will
Yeah.
meet their future girlfriends. Some
Yeah.
people.
It's like I said, like, impact's the biggest thing for me. Like,
Facts.
when I see kids, like, there's kids all in the Boston Get Soul inbox right now, all over the place, like, "Hey, when's the next event? When's the next event?"
Mm-hmm.
And that makes me happy because I know they're excited for it.
Gives
like,
you hope for the
kids
next.
can
the next
sell
one,
their
next one.
their sneakers online if they
Yeah,
want to, right?
yeah.
Kids can buy sneakers online, but they're excited for the event. Like, when people will come up to me and be like, "Hey, like, me and my friends come to this all the time," or
Mhm.
it's actually the best when moms come up to me, which happens a lot. Like,
Mm.
moms will come up to me and they'll be like, "Hey, my kid, like,
Loves
he doesn't
this."
want to come up and tell you, but, like, he loves your show. Like, he's been looking
Wow.
forward to it for months. Like, I bring him and all his friends here, like, and like, for example, I was at at one of our shows and this guy's like, "Hey, can I take a picture with you and my son?" Like, you're his role model. It was just crazy.
I took a picture with you
Yeah.
because I was looking up to you. I think
Yeah.
you're taller than me, so I was literally looking up to you. Growing up as a kid, right? You said the fire sparked your entrepreneur spirit, right? Entrepreneurship spirit. But what sparked, do you think, your love for like kicks, though? Like, what do you think it was that, Because there's a
Sneakers,
lot of people, and be honest with you, it's like being part of I'm not going to say a cult, but it's a culture because so many people don't care about the sneakers.
So many people.
They just like, whatever, it's a
Yeah.
shoe.
I
But
was
what
in- I
sparked
was in
that?
line this
need-
morning and you see people walking by like, "Oh, you waiting for sneakers?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, it's weird that at that certain time in my hometown, everybody was into sneakers.
Mm.
Like, everybody. Like, Cole remembers, like, pretty much everyone in our whole grade was just,
So-
like, cared about Jordans and stuff. But, like, and I cared about it a little bit going... So, like, before the fire, I thought Jordans were cool, whatever. Just
Mhm.
growing up, a lot of people in my town, like,
Yeah.
cared about it, whatever. But I think, like, I needed something to run to when my house burned down. So, like, I was already into that a little bit,
Yeah.
so I just ran with it.
Losing everything will make you want everything,
Yeah.
so to say. Before the biggest sneaker convention in Mass, it was like you said, Jane and Restoration. How was that?
It was cool. It's like humbling to look back. Like, we used to clean people's kicks for like $10-20. I actually had a weird little thing, like, people just liked the way I laced shoes. Like, I used to like put like double laces in shoes. I used to like lace shoes like in interesting ways, whatever. People would on my bus would pay me like $1 to lace their shoes.
That's
like in a cool
crazy.
way. So like little dollar acts. It makes
Yeah.
me look back, like, and it's humbling,
Like,
so
wow. Humble beginnings, they say.
yeah. It's looking back. It's one of the best things I ever did because it started my love for business and just my love for grinding.
It was
you
the
know?
spark.
Yeah.
You did do the Middle East one time, right?
Yeah.
All right, so from the Middle East to Villa Victoria, Reggie Lewis Center, local union buildings, Boston Got Soul spilled. It's spanned a bunch of buildings and a bunch of places, and you've even had rappers come through and rap and
That's right.
host. How did that connection happen?
So it's funny. There's a funny story behind Middle East. We might be able to talk about it a little later. But like my favorite story ever, actually. But anyways, as far as like rappers and stuff go, it kind of just started like we wanted to just do more.
Yeah.
You know, like we want to make what my main goal is with Boston Got Soul is ball.
Something.
If you're not into basketball, you're into art. You're into something, right?
Yeah.
Like I might have to be at a college come one time trying to recruit kids. You might be in a school, whatever.
I see y'all had like an Xbox tournament.
Yeah, we got Microsoft
And
comes.
y'all had like,
Xbox.
was it a 2-on-2
Yeah, we got
tournament?
We want to do everything,
basketball.
right?
Yeah.
So, in that effort to do that, we work with Concepts. You know,
Okay.
they help us out with certain things, right?
Shouts out Dion Point.
Yep. Shout out Dion, Tarek, everybody.
Yeah.
And this was years ago, and I was talking with them like, hey, we want to get like other stuff involved. And they're like, oh, who do you want? And at the time, you know, and still even way bigger now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Cousin Stiz was coming up,
Hey,
right? And we're like,
Stizzy.
that's also family right there,
Yeah.
right? So we were like, hey, like we want to get Stiz, and then I've never seen something like this.
Mm.
They're just like done, because like you know they're all cool,
Yeah.
whatever, right? So I never even got a contact. I had Tim's contact, who's his manager, right? And Tim's like, hey, Stiz is out front, and because he's on the flyer, everything, so
Yeah.
it's like, and a lot of people came to see him, and he pulls up with who but him, Michael Christmas, and Hefe. All three of them. This is almost 3 years ago now, right? And they just pull in, and I knew all three of them, but like I'd never met them. Like I knew them just their music.
So
whatever.
you're like,
I was a fan.
okay.
For
Yeah,
real.
you're like, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
like it's crazy because it was my event. I'm trying to run everything,
Uh-huh.
and I was first thing when he walks in the door, I'm like, hey, let's get a picture.
Yeah.
Right when he walks in the door, because I was a fan, right?
You're like, goddamn.
There's pictures of me and Hefe like fooling around, dancing at the shows. Picture of him with like a little water gun in like a Just Don hat. I still have it on my laptop right there.
Wow.
Right? There's pictures of Michael like doing some goofy stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, a lot of people came for that, right? A lot of
Mhm.
people came. They wanted to meet Stiz, whatever. People still talk to me about that. So I was like, this is
That's
huge,
crazy.
right? The next event, I was like, let's have Michael perform. Next event, you know, we had Hefe. He came, he performed, he hosted. Like, we have Plaid Finesse come through. Like,
Yeah, I was there for that.
yep, like,
I actually need to get you on here, Plaid Finesse. What up?
yeah. We
Mhm.
got, like, just a big, it's Boston, you know,
Yeah.
like, I want everyone in Boston to come and enjoy it, and music was a big part of that.
So that's how you incorporated. Nice. What's the hardest part you would say of doing Boston Got Soul?
It's a good question. It's all easy when you love it, but the hardest part is, like, dealing with the big wigs, you know? Especially, and it's getting easier now, because my ID says 19 on it,
Yeah.
but when I was 13, like, I couldn't do business in my own name. You know, my dad had to sign everything, right? Like, and it's not even that, like, I couldn't do business in my own name till, like, last year, right?
Wow.
But because I wasn't 18, I just couldn't, right? And certain obstacles, like, you can't sign a contract with the Reggie Lewis Center when you're 15 years old, right?
Oh.
But it's more of just, like, signing this, legal that. It's more of, like, people taking me seriously. You know, people didn't take me serious at first, and that was, like, the hardest part to, like, get in the door in certain ways. But that's past now, but I'd say the hardest part is just, like...
They put some respect on your name now?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's respect on my name, for sure. But I'd say the hardest part now is, like, balancing life and work. You know, because, like, work is my life to me. Like, for example, my roommate's like, he's like, oh, I can't wait to be my roommate for next semester. He's like, I can't wait to be your roommate. Like, you work all the time. I'm like, I don't work all the time. I kind of just live all the time, and that's what it is. But, you know, sometimes I want to go out and go on vacation, or sometimes I want to go out and just have fun. You know, so and there's other commitment there. But everyone deals with that.
Yeah.
But I find myself working when I don't have to.
Yeah. Well, that's part of being great, man. When you're great, you want it that much.
That's right.
Jordan used to get in the pool and run with that water holding him back. So
Yeah.
when he got out the pool, the resistance wasn't there. He would just fly.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do that. So
Right.
he wanted it that bad. What's the craziest moment in Boston Got Soul? That moment where you're like, yeah, I can't believe that happened, or
As far as what? Because I can kind of bring that into different.
I don't know, whatever's crazy to you.
Craziest moment was that Cousin Stiz event.
Okay.
Because we started the Villa Victoria, like, when I was just turned 13,
Mhm.
right? And this was maybe 8 or 9 events at the Villa Victoria. And it had gotten bigger each time, but you could fit, if you break fire code like we were, you could fit 700-800 people in there, right? And I was cool with everyone at the Villa Victoria, like the managers, assistant manager. I was cool with everybody, right? They liked me, I liked them. We'd been working for years. Craziest moment was on a rainy day in April. That event, it being packed, the whole venue, like it was stuffed. You couldn't fit more people in there, and and we want people to get in the event, whatever.
Yeah.
And the manager comes up to me, she's like, "I'm so sorry, but like I can't let anyone else in this event, like, or because if someone walks in right now, like a police officer or something, I'm gonna lose my job because we're like double fire code right now." And we had 200 people outside waiting to get in, right? And so that was like the craziest moment. I remember looking at Joey like, "We're done here. Like we can't come to the Villa Victoria ever again."
Let me calculate how much money you missed out on there. No, but 200 waiting, 80 at capacity.
Yeah, it's so like the funny thing is the assistant manager, she came up to, she's like, "I got you," and she kept distracting the manager so that we could let people in.
Could trickle in.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
And then even crazier than that was getting kicked out of the Reggie Lewis Center, or the gym.
Why?
So they have the basketball gym, big gym, like 11,000 square feet, and then they have the huge track which we're in now. And we did the same thing at the Reggie Lewis Center in the gym, and they were just like, "Hey, like you guys are great, this and that, but we can't let you have events in the gym anymore. Like you have to use the track now."
Jumping out the gym.
There's a date that I want to use in the gym right now, and they won't let me go there because like it's just
can't fit.
No, not even close.
That is crazy. That's what I wanted.
I never thought. The first event we had there 3 years ago when Clark Kent came through.
Shout out to Clark Kent.
Yeah, when he came through 3 years ago, there was just an empty middle. You know, like oh no, Malfi, almost 4 years.
I was thinking like, what is that with Malfi?
When Malfi
he was
came,
booming.
Oh, he's one of the starts of like the whole rap coming to Boston too. But when Malfi came, actually more than 4 years ago, I think.
Malfi.
The Reggie Lewis Center is a big gym. We just had tables around the perimeter and a whole empty middle. If you look at the YouTube videos from way back 2013, 2014, you'll see an empty Reggie Lewis Center. And now we had 200 people waiting outside again. So like, just those moments of realization is the craziest.
That's super dope, man. Plan on expanding to other cities. Boston got New York. I mean, not Boston, New York. Got Soul, New York, or Got Soul, Cali.
Yeah, I mean, like
that actually would be cool. Boston got
New York,
Soul, New York. Boston got Soul, Cali.
Like Boston Got Soul presents New York Sneaker Exchange.
Boston got Soul, Cali. Because it's Boston got Soul with Cali, with New York. Just give me 10,000. You can have that idea.
We want to do New York.
Give me 10 G's if you use that.
Boston got Cali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do New York, you said?
We want to do New York. Like, I still think there's room for growth in Boston. Like, there's a lot of people in Boston. Like, we're almost at 10,000 followers, but I know there's 100,000 people in the Boston area that would be interested in what we're doing. Yeah. You know, so there's a lot of growth. Like, I want to be at Heinz. You know, like I want to be at the Heinz Convention Center. I want to be Boston Expo stuff. You know,
a few more things to do.
It can happen. There's more stuff to do here.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, so like New York, there's a lot of people in New York that want us to come there. Like we get more than 100 people from New York an event. Believe it or not, like
people come.
We already got people from New York.
Following.
Yeah, but you know, we're gonna stick with Boston until we're done doing until we've done what we want to do, and then we can coexist.
Dude, how do you feel about a StockX? That whole StockX, GOAT, all that.
It's crazy because it changed the game. Like everybody, especially for sellers.
In a good way or bad way?
Bad way.
Okay.
No, good both. Okay. Because it's a good way because, okay, I got a pair of shoes I want to sell right now, like, done. Like, just put it on the app. I can literally have the money in a minute.
Yeah, just like that.
Bad way because every single person in the world will come up to sellers and be like, hey, you want $300 for that pair of shoes? Like, oh, they're $260 on the app.
StockX, yeah. And
that's annoying. So,
it is annoying.
I don't know. It's good and bad. You can't be mad with it. You just have to move with it. It's like anything.
Facts. Just adjust. Your top 3 favorite sneakers.
1999 Cement 4.
Jeez.
Yeah. I have a pair brand new that I'll never wear.
Wow.
The day I die. It's just the shoe that got me into it. 1999 Cement 4s. Arguably this pair of shoes I'm wearing right now. Like maybe that's just a right now thing.
Yeah.
But there's a Golf Wang Van collab, and I'm like a huge Tyler Creator fan.
I think I seen you at an event.
Yeah. I wore the golf flares a couple events ago. So that I don't want to say the shoe. So no, I'm not gonna say that.
I think I seen you at an event of his though.
Oh,
you go
yeah,
see him
yeah,
live?
yeah. I've seen him
That was
4
a-
times for
4
the same
times.
album.
Lit.
Or 4 times, 2 times the same album.
Real
I'm
fan.
going to Camp Flogna, like, in a few months to see him again.
Real
in
fan.
L.A., like,
Yeah.
Kanye and Tyler, like, that's my thing.
Word.
So I guess Red Octobers, we'll say, 99 Cement 4s, and a whole lot of other stuff. I don't
Yeah.
even want to put something in it.
Would you ever want a store?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I thought it was going to be for a long time. I thought that the store was the next thing. We actually, nobody knows this, so I guess the podcast knows it first, but
Hello New World got it first.
we almost rented a store last summer
Uh,
for the whole month of July. Like, we were going to
like a pop-up.
Yeah, for a whole July pop-up where every day was Boston Got Soul. And you could have, like, walked in and, buy, sell, trade that day.
I would have definitely came.
Yeah. It's like, there was different things in the way of it. Maybe it will happen. We want to have a store eventually, but we want to move with other things first. Like, the thing with a store, which is bad, it's good because it's an amazing thing to have an actual storefront,
Mhm.
your name on it, all that. But
Uh,
the bad thing about it is it can kind of get you stuck.
yeah.
Like,
You're there.
you're stuck in the brick and mortar all day.
Yeah.
Someone's got to be there
Then
all
you got
day.
the
Like,
overhead.
you got a big investment.
Yeah.
You can't move your money in other places when it's all there.
Yeah. That's true. What does life look like after Boston Got Soul? What do you think life looks like?
I thought about this on the ride here. I don't know. I'm never gonna work for someone like my whole life. Like
Mm.
you can interview me in 50 years, God willing.
Yeah.
And I don't think I know I will never have taken a job. I'll take an unpaid internship anywhere. Like, I've been offered plenty of jobs, and I respectfully decline because, like, I want to be my own boss my whole life.
Mm.
I'll never be someone else's boss. But I'm not stubborn. I'll learn from anyone in the world. Like, hypothetically, if Jeff Bezos sees this and he wants me to come be their head of marketing, I'll say, hey, I'd love to be your head of marketing as an unpaid internship. I'll sign a 5-year unpaid internship contract,
Yeah.
but I just don't want a job. So, like, maybe 5 years from now, I'll say, oh, Boston Got Soul just isn't what I want to do anymore. Maybe I'll pass it on to someone. Maybe it'll be so booming where I'll never have to, but
Yeah.
no matter what it is, no matter where it takes me, I'll never have a job. And whether I'm making $10 a year or $1 million a year, I'm going to be doing what I love, period. And the
That
money's
is
meaningless.
so motivating. I'm quitting my job tomorrow. I quit. Jonathan told me to quit. You know what I mean? That's very Dame Dashes. How Dame Dash-ish. Like, he says, how can you say you're a boss if you got a boss? So that's real, man. Last but not least, do you have any questions for me at all? I always extend people the opportunity if they have any. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't.
There's a lot of people you could have interviewed.
Mm-hmm.
Why myself, particularly?
Because I said, when I was younger, this guy is he looks like what I would have wanted to look like at 18, 17. So if I could hit the reset button, this guy's like a mirror of what how big my mind was thinking. My mom had 4 hair salons and barbershops, and I didn't grab onto it. She was going to hand me them, but my mind wasn't clicking. But I said to myself, this kid has it right so early, and a lot of us are in party stage. Drake said, I'm here making all the music that my friends party to. So in other words, they're partying, I'm making the music they party to. So I'm getting, so for me, when I seen you doing what you was doing, I found out this is the person doing this thing. Me being Hello New World and my motto being anyone can change the world, I said, here's a person changing the world that's very young. So I said I have to have him on my resume of, so I look at you as a young icon, man.
I appreciate
You're
that.
up and coming, you're an icon. And when you're at the top of the pyramid, when you're there, I'll be like, man, I got that interview where homie said, once he hit $1 billion, he's going to give me $1 million. So, but no, like, You're an icon, man. You're from
Appreciate
Boston. You're an icon. This is my city. Why not have you here? And it's been a pleasure, man. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming through.
Appreciate it.
So
For
listen,
real.
you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're right here with us. And this was the Hello New World podcast. This is the Hello New World podcast. We have Jonathan, CEO and founder of Boston Got Soul. I want to give a big shout out to Insight Radio app, Lazy Loon, Dudes Did It, Hefe Replay in the building. What's your name, homie?
Cole.
Cole?
Yeah.
Shouts out to Cole. He's wearing a dope Marlboro hat and some vintage Vans. Yo, I always give y'all some advice in the end of this. So my advice is, if you drinking drinks with high fructose corn syrup, stop. We out.